It is late in the evening. We are still on the same day as the return of the barrelmen. The barrelmen's return to justice. And Swifty, you've gained a new member for the barrelmen, the merchant Ceanni. Have you gone to anyone else, or what are you doing with all this gold that you've collected?
How much gold are we talking here? Just so I've got an idea. Like, is this are we talking like just a bunch of valuables? Are we talking like a large amount of coinage? Like,
you said you were going to go to his business afterwards. Mm-hmm. So, and you were going to have people systematically pick through his business and his home. That is quite a lot.
Quite a lot of money. Okay. Well, Swifty is, he's doing what he said Eddie was going to do. I assume as a merchant he probably has some wagons and stuff and pack animals. So everything's being loaded up. If everyone is being nice and calm about it, then they're being nice and calm about it as well. And we're heading off to hand it over. I think Swifty, being the relatively simple guy that he is, would just be going to there's probably a single big tax office, right?
Yeah, it would all be in the same, like the main kind of governmental buildings, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where Swifty's going. Got everyone just loaded up on wagons. He is currently explaining the various barrel rules and what all the various barrels mean to his new guy, and how they'll be and I'll make sure you got a roof over your head and 2 square meals a day, which I know it's quite a bit.
And if you don't have a roof, you'll have a barrel, so it's all grand.
Well, a barrel is a kind of roof,
Oh yeah. They're both made of wood, so
right, absolutely. Fine. See, this is the sort of high-level thinking. This is why he's going to be going far in our organisation. And we're sure you can find, what's the sort of thing you merchants normally talk about? Inefficiencies in our structure at some point. Because, to be honest, we haven't got anyone keeping track of the books. We haven't got any books, for that matter. There's some pamphlets that I wrote, but it'll be good to have another few eyes on them. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. You're going to go very far.
At this point, I guess Salryn and Jorvin, you guys have obviously set Swifty on this path.
Was this the bad
but
thing?
This was a few hours ago. You like Salryn, you probably have like duties in terms of looking after reports of the city's defenses and keeping an eye on any kind of troop movements and things like that. So you're potentially a little busy, or would still maybe have work to go into the evening. And Jorvin, I would say that you've probably been given lodging and quarters in this main building as well now, so you're probably there. But Salryn, where do you think you are? Are you back at like the barracks in the muster area, or are you kind of in the main kind of like central hub of things?
One of the things that they said to do is to rig up the aqueduct. So there's work on that begun, she could kind of be overseeing that, like making sure. I
believe like this is all kind of happening like the same day, so like the work
so that wouldn't be.
It's maybe not begun like all. There's maybe a couple of like people gone and are beginning their initial kind of assessments of it and stuff to draw plans and where to go, but there's no one actively working there just yet. That'll probably happen tomorrow.
Okay, she's probably just gone back to maybe just the kind of the office.
Yeah.
That she now has, and she's just kind of sitting there kind of taking stock of what's been going on, and maybe I think she kind of lets herself be available for like a little bit in the evening for people to come to like ask her questions or whatever.
Yeah, you set your fantasy team's status to like green online.
Yeah.
Then in that case, Jorvin, you get a knock on your door, and there's like a governmental aide requesting your assistance, and you see this young man is appears like, yes, Lord Jorvin, I believe this is an issue for the quartermaster. There is a man. Well, I guess, yes, we would call him a man, outside with a number of other quite burly and threatening-looking people with someone I maybe believe is Merchant Lord Ceanni in a barrel, and he says he's a lot of money for you.
Oh, what have I done? Okay.
Just in the distance, you're just hearing... Ho, ho, the balls roll,
In my aim to stop the warlords, I have allowed an altogether more terrifying presence to take control of the city. I'll be right out.
Swifty, you see Jorvin come out.
All right, well, as you said...
What did I...
Done is done.
What did I say that equated to this? Swifty.
You said we had to go gather some tithes, and you mentioned this fine fellow over here. So I've taken him under my wing now. I'm going to make him an even finer fellow than he was. Isn't that right, pal?
Oh, fucky bollocks. Swifty, do you know what off the record means?
No.
I probably should have squared that away at the beginning. So...
Look, you said you needed money.
Yes, great work.
I got wagons of
You
the
didn't have
stuff.
to bring him
mate.
here, though, did you? You've literally brought him to my
What?
door. I don't need him.
I know, I mean, this is...
We have a bag over his head so he doesn't, he can't see shit. Shut up, you! And you see
You gotta
Hector
listen
giving
to
him a slap.
Hector. Hector's a bigger barrel than you. So that's how that works. Don't worry,
Yeah.
you'll get a big barrel
That's it.
yourself later on.
I'm on my 6th barrel, only 6 more to go, and then I've achieved enlightenment.
7 more. 7 more, Hector.
Oh, I don't like.
There's the
this. I don't
secret
like
final
the
barrel.
13th.
But that's
I
fine.
don't like the. Okay,
Go on,
fine,
keep
yeah.
singing. Hey, ho, the barrels roll. All right, so
Swifty, did anyone see you bringing Mr. Ceanni?
Oh yeah, no, lots of people saw us.
Yeah, no, we've been making a bit of a thing of it, you know.
We were really quite conspicuous.
Right, okay. I think I might have to do something rather immoral.
All right.
Might have to put him in his barrel into somewhere that no one will find him, maybe ever.
Oh, well, hang on a minute. Listen, I told this guy that he's going to come be one of our boys now. So don't worry, I'm going to look after him.
Was he receptive?
Aye. I mean, in the sort of way of like, there was, 6 menacing guys in his house. But
Oh yeah, he shot himself a lot.
quite a bit. We're going to clean him up, though. He'll be fine. Listen,
What did you do to his horse?
nothing. No, listen. The horse thing, we're working on that. We don't let him anywhere near the horses. That's why he's sat in the back and he's got two of the small barrels in his hands, Listen, it's fine. He's a barrel boy now. And this money's, this goes to the city to help make sure people got enough food and, we don't all get killed by the warlords. It's
Jorvin,
win-win.
give me a perception check.
Oh, God. Oh, that's not great. 7.
Rely. No.
You can't quite tell, and everything's dark, and obviously this is a bit of a wild situation, but there is, even with a 7, you can tell there is more money here than the money that Rowena just paid Mikhail earlier on today. This is at least another week. Probably more, but you can't tell. There's also lots of like goods and things like that are very hard to kind of, you would need to be appraised first.
Well, that is quite a lot of money, Swifty. You've done
Aye, it was quite easy as well. So, to be honest, once we're done here, there were quite a few other big houses, big folks in it. So the plan was to sort of just go door to door, you know.
I think that's probably enough for one day, Swifty. We could rearrange another time to go and continue this. We've got a lot to process, and
Fair enough,
manpower is short at the moment. You know.
Oh no, it's not. We've got plenty of boys, you know. Oh right, for counting it.
I can give you a hand counting some of that, Jorvin, if you want.
Listen. We've been through this.
I'm trying to be helpful, Swifty. You know,
you're extremely.
You always say that to help is to be
another one.
To be good and to be good is to be
50?
great.
What comes after 50?
Another one.
I mean that's accurate, but like precisely what comes after 50?
Well, I mean after 50, it's like we did the barrel cut.
See, I don't know either. Right, that's my point. We're not really.
Leave this in the hands of myself and my trusted civil servants. Yes.
Civil servants. That's nice. I hate uncivil servants. You know.
They're terrible.
Right.
Speaking of uncivil servants, maybe you should leave Ceanni with me for a while. Maybe we can help him steam out in the barrel, away from the public eye.
All right, but I did tell him I'd look after. I'm going to ask Ceanni what he wants here. Ceanni!
No, don't do this.
Hey, Ceanni, how's it going, buddy?
Hector takes the bag off his head.
Jorvin, it was you. You put him up to this.
Sort, Ceanni.
All
Ceanni,
right, let's calm down.
you're becoming slightly hysteric, my friend. I think you're a bit hungry. Why
This
don't you come inside and we have some
hour.
delicious rations? Oh, right. I see.
I mean, that's accurate, aye.
I'll be sure to file a report soon, Ceanni. I'm very sorry for your loss. But you look, you fit so wonderfully in that barrel. It's clearly come a little bit off, you know?
Uncontrollably.
All right. Well, listen, buddy, obviously, you know, I told you I'd look after you. I asked to stand by that. Would you rather stay here, or would you rather come with us for the time being? It's entirely up to yourself. You know, you're a free man. Unburdened by material possessions.
Ceanni sniffles his way back to sensibility for a moment, and he looks at Jorvin, and then he looks back to Swifty, and he looks back to Jorvin, and he looks genuinely, completely terrified of either option.
All right.
Wonderful.
He knows that Swifty is dangerous, but given that he now believes Jorvin set him on him,
All right.
he doesn't know what's going to happen to him when he gets handed over.
Simple way of resolving this. Lifts up a barrel lid. Struts or flats, my friend.
Ooh. Good question.
Are you talking to me? Or to...
Aye! Ceanni, struts or flats? Struts, you stay with me. Flats, you stay with Jorvin. Alright. Flip it. Shall we say D20? High's a strat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Alright. Looks like you're staying with Jorvin. Happy days. He's a nice guy. He'll look after you.
Very nice. Yes, I will look after you, Ceanni.
I know that we've had our differences, but people will know if I disappear. You know this, don't you? There will be consequences if I was to disappear.
Oh, aye. Hey, just to be clear, no one's disappearing. You're one of my guys now.
No.
I'll look after you.
I'd like to go with the spawnborn, please.
Is that me? Oh, aye. All right, fair enough. Listen, he wants to come our way. That's fine.
I'd like to go with him, please.
Yeah, we can look after him, Jorvin. It's fine. Like you know,
He's going to have to spend a few hours in the tolerance barrel, though. After that little comment, you know.
I think
that's
a
the
bit
worst
more
one.
than that, Swifty.
That's all right. We'll work it out.
Look at all he amassed in material wealth. I think he needs a much much longer stay in some sort of penance barrel as well, maybe.
No, we could put him in the humility barrel. That's the one that always really gets people.
Oh, the humility barrel's alone.
Yeah.
It's a wee bit intense, though, isn't it?
It is. It hasn't been sanded for a long time, but
The depravity barrel's quite comfortable.
Right. I mean, it's supposed to be, because the idea is that you kind of work some stuff out yourself in there, I don't think he needs the depravity barrel. It's fine. But look. He's made some mistakes, right? He's amassed all this wealth. He's been, sucking on this like a leech, like in the leech barrel. And he's gotten a little bit, he's unwell, So we're going to look after him. We're going to make him well again. The first thing you got to do is get rid of all this stuff, It's all right. We're going to heal the city, Jorvin.
Good. I like this. And Ceanni, you'll be the first to know that I'm going to be dedicating a special fund in your name with all the money you have given to the city. The Ceanni Benevolence Fund.
He has been very generous.
Very benevolent. Very kind.
I'm not entirely sure that I know your name, and I seem to have offended you by referring to you as Spawnborn.
No, it's just a bit rude.
Please don't let this man kill me. Please don't let Rowena kill me.
Oh, listen.
Oh, we're not going to kill you.
They will. Don't listen to them. They are going to try to kill me. Please protect me.
You're one of my guys now. Anyone hurts you, I will visit terrible vengeance upon them. And if anyone tries to hurt you, I will actively prevent it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Swift Justice.
What a lovely hammer he has.
Aye. Listen, you don't need to be scared of me. You're my guy. Worst case scenario, you go in a barrel. Look into my eyes. No one's going to hurt you.
Your eyes are terrifying.
I know. I've recently come to terms with that. It's quite good, isn't it? It makes me more effective at the stuff that I do. I'm actually quite enjoying it.
Do you know what they say, Ceanni? That, all things have an end. Friend, girlfriend, boyfriend. It doesn't have an end? Barrel.
That's because they're round.
Like Swifty always said that, a womb is like a barrel of sorts. And so, from the barrel we came and the barrel will return. It's a big, barrel
Womb's
lid
a
of
barrel,
life.
coffin's a barrel. Whole world's a barrel. I'm pretty certain if we somehow found a way to get up high enough that we could see the entirety of creation at once, it'd be barrel-shaped. I'll tell you more about it as we're heading back down to find you some new lodgings, my friend.
Thank you, Swift Justice.
That's not a problem. This is a good thing. This is a good day. Enjoy the money, Jorvin. Make sure you look after the folks, or otherwise, I'll have to come take it again. Alrighty.
Oh, great. Good to see you, Swifty.
Oh, the barrels roll.
You see that Hector and a few other barrel boys fully shove Ceanni full body into the barrel, close it up, and start rolling him down the street.
I may have done bad things. Yes.
Kind of after a few minutes, just after Swifty has left, Rowena comes out. Jorvin, where did all this money? There's with all this, and you see her as a fence, as a very kind of quick, sharp kind of be able to calculate how much things are worth. This could easily give us 3 weeks of the Aurelians, maybe more, but at least 3 weeks.
You can thank the Swift Hammer of Justice for this, and also the Ceanni Benevolence Fund. Now let's bring it inside.
Well, that's 2 problems off our plate.
He's now a barrel boy. He's seen the light of non-material possession.
2 problems off our barrel lid then, I guess.
Very droll, Rena, very droll.
Thank you. You go inside and start counting up the gold and the money. You've gotten 3 more weeks of gold, and you already had a week, so you basically you've bought yourselves 4 weeks at the moment of mercenary time. The next morning, there's obviously a college's meeting. Salryn Do you tell Salryn ahead of this or anything? Because this is quite kind of getting late now.
I think
at this
Jorvin
time.
would try and at least send a message, even if they didn't meet, just to be like, shit went down.
State-sponsored crime did happen.
The thing about state-sponsored crime is it makes everything very cheap.
Can the two of you give me insight checks, please?
Oh, God.
7.
12.
It's not a good start.
You notice that. I think the one thing you do notice is every single other merchant lord is there, present, accounted for, seems to be on their best behavior.
Oh, good.
None of them are objecting to anything, and none of them are putting forward their own things. They barely say a word to anything. We're going to then do a time skip.
Someone's approaching. I look forward to seeing you again. Nomad, first of the blessed.
Well, Sarnt, this is shit.
Yep, but it's the job.
Fuck me, Tomo. Why'd you have to go and punch a fucking moon shield?
Don't matter why, the daft bastard copped to it and all.
Tomo, mate, if you wanted to get bussed back down a rank, just turn up late to a couple of parades. You're going to be getting fucking lashes for this.
Where's the honour in that, though, eh?
Oh, aye. Loads of honour getting pissed up and slapping around a guardsman.
You sounded sarcastic there, Corporal. Was that intentional?
Ugh. Fair one, I guess. Look, I just don't want some trusty wet lettuce from a line unit taking this place.
Here's hoping. Provost! Lance Corporal Hupsu Tomo here for summary judgment.
Shit. Another one?
Been busy, has it, Provo?
Yeah. In you go, Lance Corporal.
Look, Provo. Tomo's a good lad, and he's a hell of a fighter. If you could just do us a solid favour and you just went easy on him, you know?
Right. Here. Orders from Sergeant Major Dagwood. Good day.
Fucking Provos. Reckon there's plenty of honour in slapping one of their lot.
Fuck my life.
Here, what's up? What is it?
We've got half a dozen blokes holed up in Scruff's Bar refusing to soldier.
Special action group, lads?
Don't be daft. Line unit.
Fucking red shirts. Why are we being told?
Provost are busy juggling eels in a paddling pool, mate. Special action group are being tasked with it.
Oh, great. That's fucking great. Just fucking spectacular. So we're Provos now? Got nothing fucking better to do than deal with this shit? Come on.
Yeah. The most hated men in the regiment. Especially empowered to arrest, courtesy of Brigadier Mikhail.
Oh, I feel dirty. Do we really have to do this shit?
Well, you could always join the mutiny, Gav.
Is that better or worse than being a Provo, you think?
About the same, I reckon. But with one of them, I get to keep my job, and I'm spared the lashes, so I know which one I'll be choosing.
Fine. Where the fuck is this Scruff's Bar then?
Fuck me, Gav, you are a boring fucker. Open up!
We ain't coming out, you bastards. Not a single man in here will fight.
That's alright, pal. Wouldn't want a hare heart watching my back anyway.
Who the fuck is that?
Sergeant Malcolm Rigby and Corporal Gavin Fern, Special Action Group.
What are SAG guys doing here?
Taking you boys to the brig.
Just the two of yous? You gotta be joking. I know you guys think a little much of yourselves. But if you think you can take all 12 of us...
There's 7 of yous. And yes, we can. I'll fold your fucking nose over your ears and have you clapping with your feet if you start out with us. Just want to talk.
Say your fucking piece then.
So, you lads planning to wait out the whole war in there, are yous?
So what if we are?
7 lads and lasses. 3 meals. Reckon you've got a week of that in there if you planned it. Then a week at starvation ration. Then your boots for tack after that. Is that the plan? Or are you hoping the rest of the regiment joins in with you before then?
It's not going to be long until the rest see the truth.
We're not starving and dying in this fucking city. I'm taking my gold, and I'm going home. We all are.
Oh, that right, is it? Yeah. And tell me, what's stopping us from just locking yous in there and burning the whole place down on yous?
You wouldn't.
All right, because that would cause an outrage, and then everyone would be up in arms, right?
Exactly.
Fancy a wager, Gav?
I've bet against you enough to know not to take that bet, you sly bastard.
What the fuck are you guys talking about?
Gav here is going to go and round up anyone not on duty. Then I am going to drag you outside, and I'm going to beat you to death with me belt. Takes a while, obviously, especially if my arm gets tired. So, if just one person, steps up for you, I'll stop. And I promise not to burn down the bar and kill your mates. But if they don't, well, everyone will get to see how the Sergeant Major feels about desertion and mutiny. So, fancy the wager?
You wouldn't. You wouldn't.
It's a fair wager, mate. Look, come on. You seem pretty confident the other lads will rise up and square yous away, like. Honestly, I don't know. I think people would be more upset about losing the bar.
I've got a family. People who depend on me. I just want to make sure they get what they're owed. That's my duty as a husband, as a father.
My heart bleeds, mate. It really does.
But your lot won't be getting shit off the regiment's shoe if you don't wind your neck in and throw yourself on the mercy of the Provost Marshal, alright?
You'll die here all the same. Only difference is whether you die a coward in the
It's a week later. We'll check in with Salryn and Jorvin first, as the people who are kind of sitting on the college meeting. Hasn't been a whole lot of excitement in the past week or so. Have you guys given any specific orders, specific kind of direction, or is it very much kind of business as usual for the past week or so?
Yeah, I think from Jorvin's point, it probably would be business as usual, just trying to keep the rationing going and relying on that fear that people won't kind of get in the way now at this stage. Oh, I hate myself. But yes, all good for me.
Salryn, anything different on your end? Still kind of going with the essentially forced conscription via rations?
Yeah. I think she's happy to keep going with that.
In that time, the engineers and sappers have basically rigged the aqueduct to go, at basically any point, and there's guards posted up there now, kind of all the time. Doesn't seem in the past week that anyone has tried to infiltrate yet.
Yeah, has anything changed?
Not really.
From what they can see.
You just kind of see there's been a steady flow of traffic from the warlords' camps outwards. So they're getting in supplies and stuff all the time. They seem like they're well stocked provision and are just waiting you out. There's no imminent signs of attacks or anything like that. Swifty, what has the last week or so been like for you and your barrel boys?
Basically, I am, for the most part, just sort of organising a little bit, being a little bit more serious and getting ourselves together in case anyone does break through the walls here. Barrel boys and barrel men resembling something a little more akin to a militia than what it has been previously. Having a few chats with Ceanni as well. He has a fresh point of view. Just listen, I get the sense you're very frightened of me. You kind of flinch whenever I walk along and stuff, you know?
Do you want me to be frightened of you?
No, not at all. Listen, pal, you know all the big, all of your buddies, kind of, up on the hill over there with your big nice houses,
yes,
all that stuff. When stuff gets nasty, and I kind of think it's going to get nasty before it gets sorted, right? They're all fucked, right? All those big fat fellas up there, they're going to get cooked and eaten, along with all their stuff, right? But you're down here with us now, right? not getting eaten, but you'll be one of the guys eating. You hear what I'm saying? Like, this, don't look at this as a bad thing. This is an opportunity.
Roll insight.
All right. Oh, nat 20. Okay. For a total of... I don't think my insight's very good.
It's a nat 20, mate.
I proficiency with insight. 25 total.
Okay. With a 25, he still is clearly quite terrified of you, and he's not having to sort of dissimulate that. But when you talk about the people down here eating the people up there, you can see an almost simulated eye roll that he's trying to prevent. Mm-hmm. He thinks you're a fucking idiot.
Right. Okay.
He very clearly thinks you don't know how things work.
Right. Okay. Let's put things another way, right?
No, I'm glad for your protection.
I'm talking at the moment, pal. All right? So, you had all of these lovely rules and stuff, right? All these little laws and things that you guys had come up with. And, like, what did they do when I rolled up to your house there? You know, like, there was, 8 or 9 lines that I just kind of stepped over there that I, technically speaking, I shouldn't have been able to. But, like, it's this wild thing that this siege has taught me, right? Is when you get a bunch of people together with a bunch of, like, heavy objects in their hands, if you have enough of them, that's what the law is, right? And that's kind of what it's always been. So, we're just making shit up right now. And you have the opportunity, where you are, to be one of the people making it up. So fucking take the opportunity, pal. You're not like us. You have a different perspective. And that could be really useful. And I want to make use of that. Because otherwise, you won't be dealing with me. And I'm the nice one. If I'd left you up there with them, what would have happened? In all honesty, what do you think would have happened to you?
I'd have been quietly killed.
Quietly killed? I won't kill you quietly, mate. I won't kill you at all. If I was going to kill you, I would have been loud about it. And it would have already happened.
I completely understand, Swift Justice.
Excellent. So, what can we be doing better, from your perspective? The way we're organising stuff. You've got that big brain with the numbers up there, alright? I can't count past 50. So, we need some help with that stuff.
You should be more visible.
Right.
Operate in a wider area.
Expand.
I would say that would be a very sensible idea. If you are the one making the rules, then you need to have more weapons, you need to have more people, and you'd need more people on your side. Be as visible as you can be, Swift Justice.
Wanting to get in any, like, arguments with those, like, the government folks. They're trying to help save the city. That's what we're wanting to do as well. But there's certain things they can't do. They couldn't have just rolled up to your house like that. You know what I mean? There's too many rules there.
Yes.
Out of all the other guys up on the hill, you know what? I'm going to give you a present. I'm going to give you a present here, pal, right? Folks like you, doing the stuff that you do, you have folks that you don't get along with, right? There's got to be other people up there. Someone who kind of messed you about, maybe messed up some of your deals sometimes, that kind of thing.
Yes. Yes, there are.
Who's the one you dislike the most?
Kravarix.
Do you want to come with me and come pay him a visit?
Yes.
No rules, right?
I think that would be very interesting.
All right. Listen, not something we're going to do straight away. We're going to let things calm down a little bit. But they're going to need more money soon. We'll put him next in our list, okay? And you could be standing there with me, a big shit-eating grin on your face.
Yes, I think that could be very enjoyable, actually, Swift Justice.
Don't worry, we're going to look after you. Thank you very much, pal. You can go. And yeah, that's about it.
Okay. That kind of thing has happened over the course of a week. You know, it's been very much business as usual for Jorvin and Salryn, and Swifty has been slowly but surely breaking down Ceanni and getting him on side with the lure of threats and promises of, you know, a perversion of power. And yeah, so we're basically into at the end of the second week of the siege, and Brigadier McHale comes in for his pay, but I do want to hear Brigadier McHale again.
Bosh! Right, where's my money?
Yes, Brigadier, we have secured more funds for you. I'm assuming you'll want the same agreement of payment up front for your services.
5 days in advance, that'll do.
She hands over a big sack of gold.
Right. Honestly, I didn't think you'd do it. Hats off to you, Rowena. I'll go and let the boys know that their pockets will be lined.
Yes, and I can assure you we have plenty more where that has come from. The merchants have seen sense. Jorvin and Salryn, at this point, it's been like a week after the initial shakedown. Not all of the merchants are at this meeting. Ceanni had like quite a big entourage, and then there's a couple other people who weren't on his side of things, but there's, you know, one or two missing. Rowena continues and she says, yes, the merchants have seen the wisdom in protecting the city and making sure that you are paid, of course, and we greatly appreciate the services that you're providing. And so here's to many more weeks of prosperity between us.
Right. Appreciate the assurances, but the gold will be enough.
Salryn. Roll insight.
That was a nat one.
Nat
Oh
one.
my god.
Okay. Well, just in case, Jorvin.
Going in the dice bin.
Roll insight.
Nat 20!
Nat 20. Wow. Famine and feast.
We're min-maxing.
Oh my word, 1 to 20.
He's putting on his usual bravado. He's putting on his usual show. You look into his face, and you see his eyes are sunken. His skin is a little bit sallow, and he looks like he hasn't been sleeping, and he's incredibly stressed. He's putting all this on. He is incredibly, incredibly fatigued.
Good sir, if you wouldn't mind, maybe, if you get a moment at some point, popping round my office, it'd be lovely just to chat to you about our ongoing arrangement.
I'm pretty fucking busy. Why don't you come and see me?
Okay, that's fine. I don't have any backbone anyway. Sure.
See, I knew that was going to happen.
Right, okay, yeah. Captain Foresight, I see. I'll pop round at some point, yes.
Right, you do that. Thanks for the gold. See you in 5 days if I don't see you before.
When do you pop over to the leader of the Iridian Regiment?
Relatively soon after, I would say.
Like a day or two after, kind of a thing?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You've been to the military quarters before. You haven't been into the Aurelian Regiment section of it proper. As you come in, you can see there's a lot of sort of frustrated-looking faces, and there's about maybe 6 or 7 guys who are being publicly whipped. Aurelian Regiment soldiers clearly being whipped on the way in. It's quite silent, quite a sort of grim thing, and you can see that Brigadier McHale is sort of leaning against the inside of a door with what looks to be a hot drink, observing this happening. He looks a lot more relaxed than he did when he visited the colleges. He isn't wearing his hat, and his top buttons of his jacket are undone.
Good sir, Brigadier. You're looking marvellously well today. How are you?
Lord de Ghast, is it?
Yes, I said I'd pop round at some point. Do you remember?
Yes. Can I get you a drink?
Oh, wonderful. I'll have what you're having. Pointing at this sort of strange hot beverage.
It's just white tea. I'll get it on for you.
Oh, white.
Brings you in, pours you a small cup of white tea, and serves it across to you.
How can I help you, Lord de Ghast?
Brigadier, I'm need you to be quite honest with me. What is the situation currently? I know things aren't quite as positive as you're making them seem for the regular meetings of the colleges.
We're under siege. Working long nights, repairing defences. It's hard work. That's why you pay us.
Exactly, yes. And I was wondering if there is anything that we can do to potentially make it any easier for you. Of course, our city lives and breathes, and our city dies, depending on the quality of the men. And if they are dissatisfied and clearly being punished for discrepancies...
Ill discipline needs to be dealt with, especially under a siege.
Yes. Just wondering if there's anything we can do that will make ill discipline less prevalent, let's say. Just in case you don't know, I am probably the one who is going to be acquiring the money to keep paying you.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to know if there was anything we could do that would ease this slightly. If there's anything that can be done. Financially or otherwise.
I would say for the short term, try and keep my boys away from liquor. I try my best, but stuff finds its way in all the same.
Right.
Honestly, there's nothing to worry about. Not for now, anyway. My boys are being paid, they're being appropriately disciplined, but we are, after all, under siege, under the threat of death. I must maintain discipline, I must maintain order. That's all there is. It's hard work, and sure, we're a little tired since the Vashik and I ran away, but it's all in hand for now.
Okay, well, apart from prohibition, you can't think of anything else that would be beneficial at this time?
Hope?
Hope.
You got any hope spare, have you, Mr. de Ghast? Sorry, Lord de Ghast.
Jorvin de Ghast is fine. Just as long as I get both names. But, hope, well, hope dies last, my dear friend. And, well, I'm very hopeful that I can rinse a couple more merchants for money to keep you well stocked.
All I need to do is to make sure that my lads keep believing that they're going to get to spend this gold when the time comes. And that requires discipline, and it requires focus, and it requires hope.
Right.
If you don't have any of that, then just let me do my business, all right?
Well, you know where to find me. I am sort of always having office hours, not much else to do. Well, there is a lot to do, but...
I know the feeling.
Well, you know, not for someone who actually can't do much. But I have the purse strings and the rations, so I am a good person to know.
Look, if you're offering it, I don't want to turn down offers of support. I'm not a fool. Our guys are being well fed, right? You've prioritised the fighters. But if they could have something a little extra, sure. That'd certainly keep them sweet. I'm just saying, we have the terms of our agreement. I'm not trying to leverage anything from you. I get it. And I don't want to burn you out now if it means the city's going to fall later.
Okay, I will speak to some others, and we could maybe sort something out, I'm sure.
Okay. Thank you for coming down to visit us, Jorvin. It's appreciated, genuinely.
It's all right. And as I said, you know where to find me if anything comes to mind. Farewell, Fern.
Before you go.
Yes?
Why did the enemy retreat? You were there, right? On the wall, fighting.
Yes, I was.
I've heard rumours. Stories of a weapon that turned the tide.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes, there was. Well, I was sort of unconscious what had happened, but yes, there was something. The location of said weapon currently, I'm not sure.
Well, I can tell you, gaining access to such a weapon, that might give us a bit of hope.
Right. I definitely have some errands to run. Very swiftly. Thank you, Brigadier.
All the best.
Yeah, Jorvin, you leave, and another week passes. Are you sending more rations to the mercenaries, or what's your...
Yeah, I think Jorvin would probably want to send a little bit more, but that probably means he's going to have to pinch someone else slightly more, which is regret.
Who's he pinching from, Jorvin?
Oh, who's next? Oh, I so want to take away from women and children. That's just a character fault of my own, though. But
have you already reduced the ration for prisoners, haven't you?
Yes, that was the last one to try and keep the merchants on side. Oh God, yeah.
In practice, right, if you're requisitioning all this food to ration out to, to ensure that the fighters are being fed, you probably have to buy up a lot of this food and send it out, and that's kind of where obviously like Ceanni and a lot of people would have had a lot of power. This has led to a lot of price gouging for the remaining people in the city. You could essentially buy all of the food and be the sole source of distribution and like institute full-on rationing if you would like.
Ooh. And send the barrel boys round to deal with anyone who... Yeah.
If you were to buy up all of the food, then you could have complete control over it.
I think it's time. Yes, let's buy up the food.
Okay. You start doing that, basically enacting just full martial law. And this actually has a little bit of a positive benefit in that because of this, some of the non-combatants in the city were beginning to starve because they couldn't afford the high prices. But now actually everyone's getting a little bit. But a lot of the people who were taking advantage of this are obviously quote-unquote suffering. It's later on that week then, so we're into the end of week 3 now, and it's another colleges meeting, and hot on the agenda this week is like increasing number of reports of like restlessness in the city. There's a lot of like graffiti, vandalism, and kind of like things are just getting a little bit more tense. Maybe not quite as tense as it could be, but you in this college meeting now, you realize that none of the merchants are here.
This isn't war anymore, Heron. This is bullshit.
Salryn, it's the night before. You've been working late into the night again, had another challenging day of endless problem solving and firefighting to ensure that the enemy remains on the outside of the wall and that peace remains on the inside. The constant balancing act of managing disorder and the needs of the people in the power vacuum that Vita left is leaving your nerves increasingly frayed and your sleep decreasingly restful. If it's not one thing, it's another. Every time a fire is put out, 2 more spring up in its place. And with all hands on deck for training and manning the walls, there is too much to do and not enough people to do it. Fortunately, since the last attack on the walls and the defeat of the Lernians, the Warlord's forces have seemed decidedly quiet. You and your limited number of advisors have surmised that they believe you will surrender before your relief from the Dayan army arrives. But you know that their calculations could change quickly, as you and your people tire from hunger and stress. The returning Dayan forces might offer relief, but they also increase the chances of another full frontal attack. Any small change in the balance could turn this relative peace, once more, into chaos and battle. You finally got into your bed. Your racing mind has finally surrendered to exhaustion when you hear a knock on the door. You get out of bed, your mind clouded with sleep inertia, and open the door to face a halfling man dressed in night shield armour. One of your new recruits, acting as a runner for you.
Lordess Ilanora, there's someone at the aqueduct. They're asking for you.
Did they say who they were?
It's Tai Zhong, ma'am.
Tai Zhang? Did he say what he wanted?
I don't know, ma'am. The guards at the aqueduct sent a message. Said, for Lordess Ilanora, urgent. Messenger arrived from outside, claiming to be Tai Zhong.
Alright. Bring him to me.
And do you want him taken into custody, ma'am? I reckon he's hesitant about coming inside, so he is.
No, that would cause a scene. I'll go to him.
You walk through the quiet evening. A familiar scene for you. Your boots have trodden the cobbles and dirt thoroughfares as a moonshield. You hear only the skittering of rats, the soft wind and the occasional chatter and clanking of patrols. Even if there was enough ale and potato wine in the city for the taverns to function, you know that most are too fatigued and stressed to enjoy the revelry. Most. You approach the outer wall and climb its steps until you hear the trickling and rushing of the aqueduct come into focus. You see two shadowy figures dressed in moonshield armour, shuffling uncomfortably, standing at the access passage. You can smell the recognisable aroma of a recently extinguished lantern, masked slightly by the even more recognisable aroma of a recently extinguished cheroot, both of which are forbidden whilst guarding this section of the wall. As you pass the two moonshields, they straighten up to show respect, and out of the corner of your eye you see another figure, standing just off the wall on the access passage of the aqueduct, the one you had used to regain entry into the city during the Battle of Noor. Your attention is drawn because he is lighting a cheroot for himself. Hand-shaking, gaunt and bruised, stands Tai Zhong, not a few paces away from the black powder charges you had installed.
Unless you fancy a particularly grisly end, I suggest you put that out.
He startles, clearly misreading your tone. Salryn, yes, right, yes. Right away, please, don't kill me. He fumbles with the cheroot, then flicks it into the flowing aqueduct, too panicked to think of anything better. I've come with a message, the warlords, and they want to offer you, they want to hear your... it's just that they think that you should surrender.
So you work for the warlords now? You hear that, guys? He just kind of gestures round to the guards, kind of bringing them into the conversation. A coward and a traitor.
He winces. His eyes dart to the guards. He tries to compose himself, adopting a brittle mimicry of official decorum, the same sort of tone that I used when giving the welcoming speech to you into the Moonshields. But of course his voice wavers beneath it. It is in the best interests of the city for you to surrender. The warlords are willing to hear your terms. No one else has to suffer.
Tai Zhang, look at me.
He hesitates. Then he meets your eyes.
What's really going on here? I can help you if you tell me.
In that moment, whatever is holding him together snaps. Terror floods his expression. Not the usual nervous energy that you have noticed cling to him in life, but something deeper, darker. His soul looks trapped. You're right. You're right. You can help me. You can surrender the city. It's the only way. Please, Salryn, please, for the love of all that is good, help me. And then you hear it. Drip, drip, drip. Not the water. Something heavier, thicker. From his sleeve, to his boot, to the stone.
Zhang, why are you here? Why have they sent you?
He stammers. His voice is cracking. They will give you anything. Anything you want, just name it. Tell them you'll surrender. His hand comes up to his face. It rises to wipe the tears. And then you see it. Blood, not sweat. not dirt, thick and dark, smeared across his cheek. Just say the word, Salryn. Say you'll surrender.
What will happen if I don't, Jean? What have they done to you? Salryn's starting to get just a little bit nervous, so she signals to the guards and rests a hand on her weapon.
Please, no. They won't give me the antidote. I need you to sign it. Please, Salryn, just sign it. He steps forward. He's trembling, holding something blood-stained in his shaking hand.
Salryn takes the whatever it is he's offering.
A parchment. It's soaked through. The script is nearly illegible in the dim light. Just sign it, Salryn. It's blank. You can write whatever you want. Just tell them what it's going to take for you to surrender. His voice is now cracked into panic. His hands are trembling. His legs barely holding. Please, Salryn, just tell them what it will take.
To give up this city? What would it take? She just lets the paper drop to the floor. I'm sorry, Jean. I am. But for me to give up this city, they need to bring me the gods themselves. Certainly not a man who ran away from his duty.
His knees buckle. He falls, gasping, blood seeping through his clothes. Tears are cut in lines through the grime on his face. I'm sorry, Salryn. It doesn't matter. It never mattered. I just wanted to see. See if I would. None of it matters. Tell them.
Who?
Tell them I was sorry.
Who do you want me to tell, Jean?
He starts clawing around at his coat, fumbling at an inside pocket.
She kind of gently tries to help him with his pocket and try not to hurt him.
Okay. You pull out a folded scrap. It's drenched in blood. Tiny, shaking script, written at strange angles, like notes that have been scribbled in the dark or with the writer's offhand. It reads, Vita dead. Others too. Was goal. Not Daya. Not war. Chaos. Know they've lost. Want Vash broken. Fractured. Saw them. Heard things. Not just gold. Not fear. Belief. Hate. Hate a Medu. Budan equals leash. Can't win war. Can kill peace. New plans. Deeper. No surrender. Want blood.
No surrender.
Fire. Gold. The words no surrender are underlined again and again, scratched deep.
No surrender. They don't want us to surrender? Why, Jean?
You turn over the parchment, and on the back is a list of names. 12 names. You recognize 4. Alaric Silwraith, Vita Riven, Tai Jong, and one more. Jorvin de Ghast.
And why is Jorvin's name on this list? She also gestures over to a guard to fetch Barber.
You run a bolts. The guards look shaken. You remember something. A vial, an elixir. A vial of panacea. Something you have yet to use in this campaign, I might add. It's not enough to save him, but it might be enough, you think, to make him speak.
Oh, she pulls the panacea out and offers it to him. Take this. It'll help.
By the gods, my skin, it's on fire. But good fire? I can taste sound. Should poison feel good?
Yes. That's exactly what should happen. Look, I need you to focus, Jean. These notes, did you make them?
Yes, I did. I'm dying, aren't I? Oh God, I'm actually going to die. Salryn, is this what sex feels like?
This is really important, Jean. It's important that you help me. Why have you written no surrender?
They don't care. They've already achieved what they came for. Now they just wanted to hurt, to take what they can carry. Your eyes, Salryn, is so beautiful. Might I touch your face?
She doesn't answer that, but she tries really hard not to move away from him. She doesn't want to offend him and kind of make him close up. She's trying very hard, though. She really wants to move away. What have they achieved, Jean?
He rambles and rambles, and then he vomits violently. Blood spattered and shaking. She's gone, isn't she? They're all gone. The Alliance will collapse. They hold all the cards. They've poisoned the peas. He reaches out, smeared hand brushing your face. In the ashes of what remains, the seeds of a meadow's downfall are sown. That's what they said. Right to my face, there's nothing we can do. The barber suddenly arrives and kneels, and he starts examining John.
She turns and kind of speaks quietly to the barber so Jean can't hear. He's been poisoned. And then turns back to him. Jorvin. Why is Jorvin de Ghast on your list?
He and I we were the last ones left. Vita's little stooges. All of us gone. And with that, Vita's plan swept away the opposition. And now she's gone too. Who's left to rule?
If we surrender, will they let the people of Daya live?
No. No, they won't. Even if they die trying. They want this place a ruin. No home for the Dayan army to fight for. I can try and cut the arm off, but if it's Ashvex, it's already in his heart. He were dead before he got here. Want me to remove it?
She holds a finger up to the barber just to basically say, give me a minute. Why did they send you, Jean? If they've already won, what was this for?
I begged them. Said I could talk to you, get you to negotiate. They cut me with something wooden and dirty. Told me if I didn't come back with your terms that I'd die. I think they knew I was going to tell you. I just don't think they cared.
She pulls the barber aside. Do you have something to put him out of his misery?
Aye. I can. Is there out you want from him before I send him off, Salryn? Tell me. Do you hate me?
She turns round to face him. No. No, Jean, I don't hate you. I don't have the time or energy to hate anyone but the people trying to destroy our home. I was disappointed in you. Maybe a little disgusted. But today you've been braver than I thought you were.
I never wanted any of this, you know. I was never asked. I'm afraid to die. But maybe I can rest now. No more pushing. No more pretending that I'm meant to be great. At least I'm leaving my problems behind. The barber gives him the draft. And you watch as Taijong closes his eyes and slips away. Quiet at last. You're standing on the aqueduct with two guards, your runner and the barber beside you. Jong's body lies still on the stone. What do you do next?
So Salryn is panicked. She's trying really hard not to show it. So she kind of takes a breath to steady herself and then addresses them, very aware that they could have been spooked by this, and that's not good.
The warlords must be desperate. They're sending half-dead men to scare us into surrendering. I'm not about to let that happen. I hope you're all strong enough not to either.
Turns to the runner and says,
Find out if Taizhong had family in Daya. Let them know we've found his body. They don't need the details, just that he was a prisoner and sent back to us. Inform me either way.
And turns back to the guards.
Put him somewhere discreet until we know what to do with him. Try not to draw attention.
She turns to leave, but then stops, turns back, and steps close to them.
And if you ignore my orders again, lanterns, smoking, any of it, I'll march you to the warlords myself.
So, you return from the aqueduct with more questions than answers, and later your runner returns, telling you that Taizhong had no family in the city. In fact, he himself was an emigre from East Canton, possibly the son of a lord. Rowena has made inquiries onto the list of 12 people and has discovered that the rest were killed or disappeared in the first night of the attacks. 2 were in the palace, 2 were in the guard, 2 were lower court magistrates, and 2 were living in the merchant quarter. It appears that all of them, except 2, were given a babysitter, not dissimilar to how you were tasked to Jorvin. The 2 who were not given a bodyguard were difficult to find, but Rowena tells you that 1 lived in Swifty's neighbourhood, and 1 lived on the same row as Alaric Silwraith. They have been questioned, but appear to have no idea why they are on Jong's list. Both are Dayan born, unlike the others. Both were attacked on the night of the insurrection in the city, but escaped with their lives. The one who lived near Alaric claims that Alaric Silwraith slew their attacker with his words. The other one claims to have been rescued by a burly baker and the milkman. You request to interview the former. Her name is Ilera Thorn. And so the Sunshields bring her in quietly, and you arrange to meet her in your office. Your desk is prepared, water, a few rare treats, rationed sweets or dried fruit maybe. You want her at ease. This is new territory for you. Ilera enters, wary, visibly annoyed. She's olive-skinned with the faint features of half-nicks, which you recognise, of course, being one yourself, but you also recognise the elvish name.
Okie dokie. Ilera Thorn, thank you for coming to see me. Please, sit down.
She sits down slowly, eyeing you from across the desk, saying nothing.
I'm sorry to have interrupted your day. I just have a few questions. Shouldn't take long.
Kind of gestures to the water that she's laid out and the kind of treats. She's trying something different here. She's trying to be nice.
I've already answered questions. Strange people turning up at my home, asking me about names I don't know, and wouldn't leave when I asked. Now, I'm summoned to the head watch's office. I don't know what you think I can offer. I'm already signed up to fight. I just want to get on with things. Things are hard enough without trouble.
She starts nibbling at a snack. She's hungry but cautious.
I don't want trouble either. Believe me, I have enough of that.
Takes a biscuit or whatever it is herself just to kind of snack on.
The thing is, I was given a list of names. Yours was on it. I know you've already said you don't know why, and I believe you. I just want to see if we can work it out. Together.
Kind of pushes the plate of snacks forward to her, kind of aware that she looks quite hungry.
Surely you're a bit curious.
I recognized a few names. Seemed like big shots. It ain't always smart to be curious.
Would you say you knew any of them? Even briefly?
I got in trouble once or twice. Ended up in front of one of the magistrates on the list. And, like I told the others, I knew Al. We lived on the same street this past year. Everyone knew him. Everyone loved him.
All right, well, let's start with Alaric then. Did you speak often?
More or less every day. At the pub, passing in the street. He was different, odd, stood out. He was a Meadowan. Made him seem exotic, I guess. Always paid for drinks if you stopped to chat him up. Is he dead? I ain't seen him since the trouble. And you hear things. Actually, I don't want to know. What do you want to know?
The night Daya was attacked, he saved you, didn't he? Can you tell me what happened?
Not much to tell. Someone broke into the house. I panicked. I ran outside. And I ran right into hell. We were both a mess. Someone came at us with a blade, and Al told him to stop. And he did. Then Al stuck him with something. Barely touched him. But the guy went down, seized up, stopped moving. By the time I looked around, Al was gone.
Was anything odd about him that night? Did he seem frightened, or...?
He looked frazzled. Not like himself. Normally he's put together. Calm, you know? Even when things got rowdy. Always the peacemaker. But that night, his clothes were filthy. Shoes muddy. Looked like he'd already been out in the streets.
His clothes were dirty leaving his home.
Yeah. Strange, right? I thought so. But I figured city's under attack. Maybe he got jumped. I never saw him as a fighter. Much less one of those casting types.
She kind of gestures back to the plate again. Sits back in her chair and... Let's go back. You said you got in trouble. What for? And don't worry, I'm not judging. I've probably done worse.
I slapped my old man. I shouldn't have done it. At least not in public. Some of his friends had friends. They made a stink. I ain't seen him since. I took my licks. Rules are rules. At least when you're not the one making them.
I'd kick the shit out of my old man. If I knew who the bastard was.
I'm guessing that you one of those lost children too, then. I thought you had the look.
Oh, is that what we're called? Gods, that sounds so miserable.
That's what he called us. Said we'd be lost until we returned home. Mom told me about home, but I wasn't interested. Daya's my home. Always has been. Did you ever go west?
As a mercenary, yeah. Always found myself conveniently busy when the Ulas came around. I could just about stomach the Sinsala, but they're all wrapped up in their own self-importance. Your mum's from Daya?
Born here, yeah.
She pauses for a sec and studies you again, curiously.
We ain't like sisters or something, are we?
We could be, for all I know. Same mum would be unlikely, though.
Mom had me young. I never heard about siblings. But you know how the Ulas are. We're about the same age. Could be the same slimy bastard. Hold on a sec. You don't know your mom?
Nope. Kind of gets up and she walks over to a locked cupboard, kind of opens it and gets out a ration bottle of alcohol and pulls a couple of glasses out for them both. Pushes one towards Alira and takes the other one herself. No, she had her heart broken. Left with a baby she couldn't afford, so dumped me on a caravan. I never really thought about it, but likelihood is I might have been her only child. But she had to give me up, because some Ula shit decided to have his fun, and then walked away. Bastard.
Alira raises her glass.
Well, shit. That's rough.
Until I was older and ready for his teachings, or whatever. That's what he wrote in his letter, anyway.
Sorry, kiddo. Too busy sowing my seed in other towns. I'll be there once the hard part's done.
How did yours find you?
Just showed up. Said the Ulas had lost a few of us children. There was trouble out west. They were calling in the banners. Said we were needed. Said that we were their heirs. He tried to play on my mom's death. Old Dorian got himself a slap.
Dorian's your father then, huh?
Alira cocks her head and laughs a little at this.
So we are sisters, huh? How'd you know that name?
He's the Ulas leader. If you'd followed him, you'd have marched in there a princess or something. Oh, glad you smacked him.
Shit. Maybe that's why I'm on that list. I always thought it was a little overkill, how they reacted, you know?
What happened?
Got tossed into a cell and dragged before one of their magistrates. Lady Vita was there. Said nothing. Always figured her being there was why I got the book thrown at me. Maybe it was different. Maybe she knew my dad. Probably fucked her too. They gave me the longest community service anyone's ever heard of. I worked shit jobs for years.
What kind of jobs?
I had my mom's dray, big old hand cart. Hauled supplies all over the city mostly. Mostly at night. Had to keep my other job too.
Ever cross paths with Jorvin de Ghast?
The ration master? Nah. But his name's on that list too, ain't it?
You know that Jorvin wasn't even in the city during that time.
No. Never mind, just a thought. One more. Did you ever see Alaric and Vita together?
No. I only ever saw Al around the neighborhood. Never went to the palace, except, well, you know, the obvious. He used to tell stories, though, about her. Most people thought he was full of it. A Medowan diplomat. Had some funny name. What was it now? Minister Plenipotentiary? Something real pompous, you know? We just thought he was playing the part. Why else would he live amongst us, huh?
What kind of stories?
Weren't nothing slanderous. More color than scandal. Wink wink tales about what she was like behind closed doors. One time he got real drunk. Got real mouthy about the Versailles campaign. About us sending our troops across the Sruth. Upset a few people. Of course he smoothed it over with drinks, but maybe he weren't wrong.
Did you interact with Vita much? When she assigned you the jobs?
Never. Just the magistrate.
She kind of leans back in the chair and rubs her face when just realization is starting to dawn on her. Seems like she was everywhere and nowhere. All at once.
Genius. That's what Al called her. He said, imagine what could be achieved with a mind like that. Pointed in the right direction. Shame she died, right?
And I'm realizing what a big fucking mistake I've made.